Can you imagine speaking two languages fluently, switching between them like magic? What if I told you it's not as hard as it sounds? Today, we'll uncover the secret to mastering two languages at once. Ready to make it fun and simple? Let's dive in and find out how. Learning one language feels like a big adventure, but two at once? That sounds overwhelming. Many people want to learn two languages to travel, work, or connect with others, but they hit a wall. They mix up words, forget grammar, or feel stuck. For example, you might learn hello in Spanish and French, but then say hola when you mean bonjour. It's confusing. Another problem is time. You're busy with school, work, or life, and splitting your focus between two languages feels impossible. You might think, I can't even master one language, so how can I handle two? Some worry they'll never sound natural or that they're not smart enough. But here's the truth. It's not about being a genius. It's about having the right plan. Without a clear strategy, you might feel lost or give up. The good news? You can learn two languages at the same time with simple steps that make it fun and doable. Let's explore how to solve these problems and make your language learning journey exciting. Let me tell you about my friend Sarah. She's a cheerful 20-year-old student who loves music, travel, and meeting new people. Last year, she decided to learn Spanish and French at the same time. Why? She dreamed of traveling to Spain and France to explore their cultures, try their food, and talk to locals in their own languages. But, like many of us, she faced challenges. At first, Sarah was super excited. She downloaded apps, watched videos, and even bought colorful notebooks to write new words. She learned basic phrases like ¿Cómo estás? In Spanish and ¿Cómo ça va tú? In French. But after a few weeks, things got tricky. She'd say merci instead of gracias or mix up verb endings. One day, she tried ordering food in a Spanish restaurant, but accidentally said je veux un café, which is French. The waiter looked confused, and Sarah felt embarrassed. She started thinking, maybe I'm trying too much. Maybe I should stick to one language. Sarah also struggled with time. She was studying at university, working part-time, and trying to have a social life. Finding hours to study two languages felt impossible. Some days she'd study Spanish but forget French. Other days she'd focus on French and feel like her Spanish was slipping away. She told me, I feel like I'm juggling and the balls keep falling. But Sarah didn't give up. One day, she met a language teacher at a cafe who shared a secret. Learning two languages at once is like learning to dance. You need rhythm, practice, and a clear plan. The teacher gave Sarah 3 tips that changed everything. First, separate the languages clearly. Sarah started studying Spanish in the morning and French in the evening. She used different notebooks, red for Spanish, blue for French, to keep them distinct. Second, connect the languages to her life. She listened to Spanish pop songs and French podcasts about travel, which made learning fun. Third, practice small, consistent steps every day. Instead of studying for hours, she did 20-minute sessions for each language. Sarah followed this advice, and slowly, things got better. She stopped mixing up words because she gave each language its own space in her brain. She watched Spanish movies with subtitles on weekends and French cartoons on weekdays. She even found online friends to chat with, one from Mexico and one from Paris. After a few months, she could have simple conversations in both languages. One day, she ordered food in Spanish and greeted her French friend on a video call without mixing them up. She felt so proud. Sarah's story shows that learning two languages at once isn't impossible. It's about finding a system that works for you. She learned to enjoy the process, make mistakes, and keep going. Now she's planning a trip to Barcelona and Paris, confident she can talk to locals in their languages. If Sarah can do it, so can you. Tips and message. So how can you master 2 languages at once? Let's break it down into simple, practical tips that work for beginners, A1, A2 level. These tips are based on Sarah's story and proven strategies to make learning fun, effective, and stress-free. Tip 1. Separate the languages. One of the biggest challenges is mixing up words or grammar. To avoid this, give each language its own space. Here's how. Study at different times. Pick specific times for each language. For example, study Spanish in the morning and French in the evening. This helps your brain switch gears. Use different tools. Get 2 notebooks or apps, one for each language. Use different colors, like red for Spanish and blue for French, to keep them separate. Choose different places. Study one language at your desk and the other on the couch. Your brain will link each place to one language. For example, if you're learning Spanish and French, write Spanish words in a red notebook and French words in a blue one. When you study, your brain will know red means Spanish, blue means French. Tip 2. Make it fun and personal. Learning 2 languages should feel like an adventure, not a chore. Connect each language to things you love. Here's how. Listen to music. Find songs in both languages. Sing along to Spanish pop or French ballads. Music helps you remember words and sounds. Watch shows. Watch simple cartoons or movies with subtitles. For Spanish, try Dora the Explorer. For French, try Peppa Pig in French. Use your hobbies. If you love cooking, learn food words in both languages. For example, tomato is tomate in Spanish and tomate in French. Or if you love soccer, watch a Spanish soccer match and learn words like gol, goal. Then watch a French match and learn but, goal. It's fun and memorable. Tip 3. Practice every day. Small steps. You don't need hours to learn. Short, daily practice is better. Here's how. Set a timer. Study each language for 15 to 20 minutes a day. You can do Spanish while eating breakfast and French before bed. Focus on basics. Learn 5 to 10 new words or 1 grammar rule per day for each language. Small steps add up. Speak out loud. Practice saying phrases, even if you're alone. It builds confidence. For example, learn to say, I like to eat, in both languages. In Spanish, it's me gusta comer. In French, it's j'aime manger. Practice these daily, and soon they'll feel natural. Tip 4. Use technology. Apps and online tools make learning easier. Try these. Language apps. Use Duolingo or Memrise for both languages. They're great for beginners. Flashcards. Use Anki to make digital flashcards. Create separate decks for each language. Online friends. Join language exchange apps like Tandem to chat with native speakers. For example, on Duolingo, spend 10 minutes on Spanish and 10 on French every day. It's like a game, and you'll earn points. Tip 5. Be patient and kind to yourself. Mistakes are part of learning. Don't worry if you mix up words or forget something. Here's how to stay motivated. Celebrate small wins. Did you learn 10 new words? Awesome! Reward yourself with a treat. Laugh at mistakes. If you say the wrong word, smile and try again. It's okay. Track progress. Write down what you learn each week. You'll see how far you've come. For example, if you accidentally say bonjour instead of hola, laugh it off and try again. Every mistake teaches you something. Message. The secret to mastering 2 languages at once is simple. Make it fun, stay organized, and practice a little every day. You don't need to be perfect or spend hours studying. With a clear plan and a positive attitude, you can learn both languages and enjoy the journey. Imagine chatting with new friends, watching movies without subtitles, or traveling with confidence. You've got this. Vocabulary. Here are some key words and idioms from the episode with simple meanings and examples for A1-A2 learners. Juggling, verb, managing several tasks at the same time. Example, juggling work and study is hard. Splitting, verb, dividing something into parts. Example, splitting my time between work and study is difficult. Distinct, adjective, clearly different or separate. Example, the twins have distinct voices, so it's easy to tell them apart. Practice, verb, to do something repeatedly to get better. Example, I practice Spanish every morning. Mistake, noun, something you do wrong. Example, I made a mistake and said merci instead of gracias. Confusing, adjective, hard to understand. Example, mixing Spanish and French is confusing sometimes. Notebook, noun, a book for writing notes. Example, I write French words in my blue notebook. Fun, adjective, enjoyable or exciting. Example, learning with music is fun. Separate, adjective, verb, not joined, kept apart. To divide into parts. Example, I keep my work papers separate from my school notes. Ballad, noun, a slow, emotional song that tells a story. Example, she loves listening to romantic ballads in the evening. Plan, noun, an idea of how to do something. Example, my plan is to study French in the evening. Confident, adjective, feeling sure about yourself. Example, I feel confident when I speak simple French sentences. Idioms, hit a wall, feel stuck or unable to continue. Example, I hit a wall when I mixed up Spanish and French words. Switch gears, change focus or activity. Example, I switch gears from Spanish to French in the evening. Shadowing practice. Repeat these sentences out loud to practice pronunciation. Pause after each one to copy the sound. I want to learn 2 languages at once. Spanish is fun and French is exciting. I practice every day for 20 minutes. Mistakes help me learn faster. I feel confident when I speak simple words. Question and answer. Answer these simple questions based on the episode. Why did Sarah want to learn Spanish and French? To travel to Spain and France and talk to locals. What problem did Sarah have when ordering food? She said a French phrase instead of Spanish. How did Sarah separate the two languages? She used different times and notebooks for each language. What made learning fun for Sarah? Listening to music and watching shows in both languages. What's one tip for learning two languages? Study small amounts every day. Tip 5. Grammar focus. Present simple tense for habits. We use the present simple tense to talk about things we do regularly or habits. Structure. Subject plus verb. Add S for he, she, it. Examples. I study Spanish every morning. She practices French in the evening. We learn new words every day. Practice. Make 3 sentences about your habits using present simple tense. Okay, you're ready to master 2 languages. Keep it fun, practice daily, and don't fear mistakes. You're on your way to speaking like a pro. Join us next time for more tips, and let's make language learning an adventure. Keep shining and see you soon.